last week I showed you a combo, something like this. Okay. So I left you with a trick that I didn't explain how to do. So I'm going to explain that real quick before I get into the main concept of this video. Um, so just learn the undermount. Okay. That's what it is, the undermount. Now, once you learn that, just let go. Okay. And you'll notice that there's a gap because it's going over my wrist. Okay. And that gap is important. If I did this well enough and tuck that finger underneath, I have this gap where then I could just hit this string, okay, and then do a Mach 5 mount. Now, this is really just dramatic effect. You don't really have to like lift your hand up like this. There's a lot of stuff in yo-yoing that's like that. Like, you know, you could just do this, but we like to do stuff like that, you know, just because it looks cooler. So it's the same thing here. We're just bringing the hand way up, exaggerating it, just kind of like, it's a stage presence thing. Like, people like to see control like that, especially when you have like a really fast moving trick like this. So let me show you again. Slow motion. Okay. To Mach 5. And then you could just do double or nothing from there. Okay. The main thing I wanted to show you is the concept of an Eli hop or a Boingy-Boingy. Oops. So here's the trick. Okay. So basically, what you're doing here is the same exact thing as the Eli hop. Okay. So if you don't know how to do that, it's about the feeling. So let me back up a little bit. Now what you're going to do is start with a dead yo-yo or nearly dead yo-yo. Okay. And here's what you're doing. You're trying to make sure that the yo-yo is in a straight line. Now look what I'm doing here. Okay. You see what I'm doing? As it goes out to the sides, I drop my hand. And when it's in the middle, I pick it up. Now, constantly doing that is keeping the yo-yo going pretty much in a straight line. Okay? So focus on that. Don't do anything else. Just focus on that. Okay? And get that feeling down. Okay? Because if you get that feeling down, it's the same thing as that. Okay? Just on the side. And it's the same thing when you do a front mount, just like that. Okay? Just practice that. That's a good exercise. Right? Notice that it's my non-yo hand. It's the one that's cutting the string in half that's really doing the control. Right? Because a lot of people, they want to do that. Right? Because, I don't know, when you first start, that's kind of what people do. They want to make it happen as opposed to letting it happen. So, like that. Okay? Just get that motion down. Now, once you have that, okay, then you get into that motion. So notice, okay, that motion is almost exactly the same as this. Okay? So practice that and try to isolate your hand movement up and down as opposed to like going way out there and way back here. You just want to go up and down basically. Okay? same motion. See? Now, with the Eli hops, really, you just have to, once you pop it up, bring your hands together. That, like, shorten the amount of string that you have between your hands. Okay? In, what was it called? At Worlds, they had these compulsory tricks. And you had to, like, touch your hands together. And that was basically, if you didn't touch your hands, it didn't count. I think you had to do 5 or something. 3 or 5, I don't remember. Either way, it's kind of difficult. So as you're doing it, practice touching your hands and getting as long as possible. Then you can kind of, once you get that down, then you can kind of do it halfway. You know, it's faster and it looks better, I think, like in competition, especially when you go to the side like that. So give that a try.